cake. Hello, all of you wonderful people. It is time for another edition of the Nintendo News Roundup. I am Arlo. Thank you for joining me. Let's look at the Nintendo news. Please look at the Nintendo news with me. I guess you already are, because you're hearing this. So let's do it. I will always put Pikmin news at the very top of the roundup, because this is my channel, this is my roundup, and I do what I want. Apparently, some players in Singapore have already been playing the Pikmin app, the Niantic Pikmin app that we talked about last week, and they've reported some actual solid details. And so Nintendo Life has a little rundown here. I'll just kind of read you through it. The app provides players with several Pikmin seedlings to begin with. These seedlings can grow and eventually be plucked to reveal fully grown Pikmin once the player has generated enough step energy through walking. And it seems you got all of your basic Pikmin types are here, with the addition of Decor Pikmin, a new type of Pikmin that wear attire associated with the place you found them. Interesting. Pikmin can be named individually, which is probably going to be nice that there's probably no way they can get crushed or exploded or eaten or set on fire in this app, I imagine. Otherwise, that would be pretty awful. Apparently, you've also got expeditions. Here, players can choose an expedition to tackle, then choose the Pikmin they want to adventure with before setting off to earn items. Sometimes your Pikmin will pick up a postcard, a digital image of Pikmin out and about on their adventure, which uses real-world photos shared by Pokemon GO and Ingress players. All of this makes a lot of sense. It's pretty along the lines of what a lot of us have been imagining. You know, it's not quite as like gamey and competitive as Pokemon GO, just kind of like collect some Pikmin. They have clothes sometimes, apparently, just kind of like building up your little guys, going on expedition, kind of collecting. So yeah, it's more of like kind of a fun collection thing. I absolutely am still very much interested in it. That sounds very, very fun. I'm gonna build up some step energy for sure. Fingers very much crossed that you know, the full gameplay thing or the beta or whatever just kind of, I want to play it is what I'm trying to say. I really want to play this, so can you guys just hurry up, please? I just really want to play it. According to Square Enix, Project Triangle Strategy is probably going to have around 50 hours of content, which is nice. It's pretty meaty, although it's like, it's not super like unexpected. You know, you have a strategy game, you kind of build the framework and the world and everything, but then the battles themselves, you're just kind of like plugging different bad guys into different map structures, you know, and that's not even a bad thing. It's a very economical, but yeah, it just means there's a good amount of content to work through, so that's not surprising, but definitely nice to hear. It seems that the augmented reality Mario Kart ride at Super Nintendo World was created using a game engine, which in itself is not really surprising. You know, it's interactive, and it's basically a game that you play with your chair or whatever. But the implications there are pretty interesting that I hadn't really considered. According to this, that means that they can update it like a game all they want, potentially quote-unquote overnight with, you know, new characters and things. And so every time you go, it can be like kind of a different experience, and they can kind of tailor the ride to people's wants and trends and things like that. They can put promotional stuff in there. So that's a lot of fun. I think that's pretty cool. Monster Hunter Rise recently released, and it seems that Capcom has shipped 4 million units as of launch weekend, which is very, very good. Units shipped is not necessarily units sold. However, Monster Hunter games tend to sell very, very well. Monster Hunter World sold incredibly well, so I have no doubt these will all get sold, and more will be sold, and this might not even count digital, so not really a surprise. Very big start for Monster Hunter Rise. I myself am playing the game and enjoying it tremendously. I was going to do a quick impressions video, and I can't because I had too much to say. So expect a review coming in hopefully the near future. 3 Monster Hunter spirits are being added to Smash. I don't normally report on spirits being added to Smash just because it doesn't feel like that big of a thing. But in this case, I will bring it up because I want to say, how much Monster Hunter content are you going to put into Smash before it gets a character? I think it's a joke at this point. I think it's literally a joke with Sakurai and everybody else. They just like, how much can we put in there without giving them a character? It's so weird. I do not understand it. I mean, like, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Sephiroth, makes sense. Okay, Monster Hunter Rise, you got a big new thing. It's a Switch exclusive. Where's the character? Rathalos is in the game. I don't get it, but it's pretty funny, isn't it? Also on My Nintendo Europe, you can get some Monster Hunter posters, which is pretty cool. Nothing about over here. I'd like some of these posters, but apparently at the moment they're only available in Europe. That was a Gosharag, that The big Yeti guy, look at that. It's just very glamorous. He's very photogenic, isn't he? As you probably noticed, March 31st, Mario Doomsday has come and gone. And it seems that apparently a few days ahead of schedule, it looked like Nintendo had taken down the Super Mario Maker bookmark website for, you know, the Wii U Mario Maker, and everybody got super like, why would you do that? Why would you do it early? You gotta at least wait. But then it went back up again. I don't really know. I don't really know why, but I just thought it was a little funny, just that we're so jumpy right now. We're so, like, Nintendo, they're scaring us with what they do, so now it's like they take it down early, and we're like, that's so Nintendo! Oh, it's back? Oh, okay, okay, well, that's all right. Not really sure why they took it down just to put it back up again. Who knows? Maybe it was getting flooded by people trying to see it one last time or something. This, I don't even want to read this. It's embarrassing. It's so embarrassing. CNN, you know, like the big giant news corporation that is, the demographic is not our demographic generally. They don't understand the Mario thing. They don't get it. So now you have them and a lot of other news outlets reporting that they think that we think Mario's gonna die. Like, some gamers are worried that Mario's gonna get killed. Or, I don't know. They just don't understand it whatsoever. And it's very embarrassing. Oh, it's embarrassing. I'm just gonna move on. An anonymous developer claims to have inside information on why Nintendo is doing this whole limited releases thing. And it's just FOMO. That's basically what they say. You know, this person, they don't want to get in trouble, but apparently this is a developer that has talked with Nintendo and received the answer that yes, they are limiting these releases just to drive up sales or whatever. However, in this tweet, if you look at the first reply here, you see another person who used to work at Nintendo, and they claim that that's not it at all. It's just Nintendo is weird with nostalgia and celebrations, and they're just, I don't know, it's kind of funny. You get conflicting information here. Two people who claim to know what's up, and who's to say who's right? Could be a little column A, a little column B. Golly, speaking of FOMO, you know that whole like Animal Crossing Sanrio cards thing that has been coming for a long time now? Apparently the cards, they got bought in like minutes, like they sold out in minutes, and now we already have people selling them on eBay, and prices are skyrocketing, and people are scrabbling to get their Sanrio cards, and you know what? It's been a while. You know what? Roberta, come on over here. Got a crunchy apple for you here. I'm just sitting up on Roberta, my high horse right here, because come on. This is a new segment of the news roundup called Come On. Maybe I'll get a big graphic, fancy thing there. I understand, I mean, the whole limited quantity thing, like, to a degree, like you expect it, but like when it's selling out in minutes. Like, it's one thing to not give people enough or to give it and then take it away, but when it's selling out in minutes, this could get restocked. It absolutely could, but at the moment, there's no word on that. If you're selling out in minutes, not even days, not even hours, minutes, you have failed. You have dramatically failed to deliver a product to your market in just a pure capitalistic sense. That is a massive, abject failure of capitalism, of money making. Minutes! Oh, golly. Minutes! Okay, I gotta move on here. Thank you, Roberta. Good girl. Hori is at it again with some more controllers. These are GameCube style controllers. Got a Mario one and a Zelda one. So, there you go. More controllers. We did Hori Watch too. We got Reggie Watch. Now we're gonna have Hori Watch. Just like, what's the new controller this week? They sure put out a lot of controllers. I guess they just like making controllers. A Reddit user has created software which allows you to play MIDI tracks using HD Rumble. This is a feature that it's really weird how infrequently I see it even talked about, and especially how infrequently I see it used. A lot of people don't even know this. Like HD Rumble and the Joy-Cons and the Pro Controller, they can make noises, they can make sound effects, they can make music by vibrating at the certain frequencies, and very few games have actually utilized this. And I kind of want to do a whole video on it, just how like it's the amazing feature that no one ever talks about or uses. But this person has created software. You can turn MIDI into songs that play on your Joy-Cons. It sounds a little funny, but I think that's very fun. So, all right, what's next? So April Fool's Day just happened. So that's fun. There's always some silly stuff. The Pokemon Company got in with 2 pretty good jokes. Pokemon Sword and Shield had a Magikarp that you can't catch, just kind of there. Just can't catch it. Just didn't have the option to catch it. Uncatchable Magikarp. Pretty funny. They also uploaded what you might call something of a BIDOOF fan cam. It's really just kind of like a little cut together thing of BIDOOF footage from the anime, but that's pretty funny. It's BIDOOF, it's a meme, it's funny. April Fools. Everyone has a good time. This person right here, this sleuth, this like gumshoe right here, has a gumshoe. That's an old one, isn't it? Does that even, okay. Has found a lot of the original backgrounds used in old Pokemon cards. These are like just these royalty-free photos or something. They've like identified a great number of images that were used in these old Pokemon cards. So I think that's pretty interesting there. I mean, that's amazing. How did you do that? Looking at the card collection, they're like, hey, I know that. That's Green Tree 425. That I downloaded back in 1996, you know. Been a lot of very valuable Pokemon cards getting sold recently. A first edition Charizard just sold for over 300,000. Surprisingly, that doesn't break any records. These just keep breaking record after record. That's still not above the Blastoise we saw a while ago. But in similar news, this company here is allowing people to purchase shares in valuable Pokemon cards. Like essentially, like, you know, you're not gonna have the $300,000 Charizard, but you can like buy a share in it so that then if the value of the thing goes up, it just seems like a mini little version of the intangible, ridiculous stock market to me. Maybe I don't know enough about this stuff. Seems a little silly, seems a little weird, seems a little artificial, but you do you. Final Pokemon related news, they're releasing some Pokemon kids books, you know, like little kids books, like learning, like, you know, ABCs and numbers and stuff. And I think that's interesting. Here's the thing. I have 2 young nephews and they love Nintendo, thanks in no small part to my influence on their lives. And little 1-year-old guy, he loves Mario, or as he calls him, Mayo. Jumps for joy whenever he sees a picture of Mario. Oh, you know what? You love books? You love, like, people reading books to you, like board books? Oh, let me get some like, Nintendo books for little kids. There aren't any. There are none. There are 0. That's just a whole entire market. I'm trying to indoctrinate these kids here. I'm having a hard time because they just won't provide. So here you go. Some Pokemon books for little kids. Get them started early, nice and early. Give them a little toy Game Boy to play with or something. It's perfect. So look at this right here. Did you know that there is apparently a little exploit, a little glitch, it's surprisingly easy to do, that allows you to bring Yunobo in Breath of the Wild. You know, he follows you around in the Death Mountain mission, but you can't like leave Death Mountain. You can make it so he can follow you anywhere. He can just kind of follow you out in the wild. Have a little Goron, Yunobo buddy. That's awesome. That's amazing. And it really makes you start like, man, buddies would be really cool in Breath of the Wild. I know that like you get like the Wolf Link if they have the amiibo, but like imagine having like different, like a Goron buddy or a Zora buddy or something. That'd be so cool. I guess I've been playing a lot of Monster Hunter, so I'm look at these buddies, just like, oh, I want that. That's so cool. Little Yunobo follows you around. Super cute. So for a new Switch promotion, Nintendo partnered up with a popular K-pop band twice. I am unclear on which band it was or why Nintendo decided to do it twice. That's it for the news. That's it for the news roundup for today. Thank you for joining me. I love you. Have a wonderful day. Go have fun. Frolic in the fields. If you're allowed to, if the restrictions, I mean, when you... Bye-bye.